Hello there, Jofinator here, FTB Play episode 23. Today's episode we're going to be working on a whole bunch of red power and maybe, just maybe, get into a little bit of computer craft. I do have a plan for that, so I'm going to not tell you what that plan is because it's kind of a secret, but as for the red power, you can see this is pretty much fully charged up. You can see it's still running up there, and I've covered it with some covers here. But there is a fancier way to do this, and if you haven't guessed it yet, it is with the bat box. The red power system of Bluetricity, which is exactly what all this stuff is, can store it in a bat box. You can see it's got BT batteries and blue alloy ingots. To make these, we just need some nickelite, copper, and tin. And I've already got that stuff in my inventory, so we're just going to make a little bit of that. Just like so. With our tin in the center. Is that going to make... We need 4, right? Perfect. And then we need our blue alloy ingot. Do we need anything else? Oh, some wood. Okay. Just go grab the wood real quick. Just like that. Come out our wood at the top, our blue alloy ingot, some iron, and our BT batteries here. Gets us the bat box. And this bat box is really cool. So if we go out to here, and you see that we've got this kind of copper cable, or this, sorry, blue trick cable here. If we break this, this won't have any power coming into it. It's got its own supplied power, stored power, but it won't charge up. So if I were to start making stuff, it wouldn't have any way to charge. But if I place this bat box here, you can see it automatically connects, and it starts filling this bat box up like crazy. And through the bat box, you can see it's got this little blue line. When this little blue line on the side here is lit up fully with blue, it means this bat box is prepared to start giving out energy. And because it's connected to this machine, blue trick machines automatically dump their power into each other to kind of fill each other up. And that's what you're seeing here. It kind of dumps itself out, fills itself over here, saying, hey, bat box, are you ready yet? And it says no, and it comes back and it says, okay, well, take my power back. And just back and forth. So now we got a bat box. We know that this will run permanently forever, which is amazing. It's better than amazing. It's perfect. It's everything I've ever wanted. Oh god, yes. Alrighty. So let me go get the rest of the items and we'll start on the rest of today's build. So I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, guys, I am back. We're just sitting here and I'm sitting myself thinking, you know, what else is there to build in red power? And I remembered, wait a second, there's all kinds of things to build in red power. What am I thinking? And one of the first things I wanted to do was I want to build something that kind of powers this faster. And you can see I'm not getting any power at night, and that's no good. I want power at all times of the day. So we're going to do like a multiple episode long build here. The first one of the series, I believe anyway, that I've planned anyway. And it's going to be a watermill system because I want watermills to kind of power this thing because, well, watermills are awesome. So let me just go sleep real quick and we'll get to building a watermill system. So that'll be a lot of fun. Be right back, guys. Well, guys, you can see here I've got the watermill system set up. This is Industrial Craft 2, so this is a power generation system for our MFEs. And you can see I need a generator, some sticks, and some wood. Special wood, anyway. So we're going to make a few generators here. We got enough? Probably enough to make 2, anyway. Yeah, okay, we'll just leave that. We'll make ourselves a machine block. There we go. We need ourselves some furnaces. And we need some batteries. Where are our batteries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need redstone. And do we have any copper cable? Nice. So go over this. Where's our battery? Bam. Get ourselves our batteries. Pull this back out. Machine blocks, furnaces, and batteries. Gets ourselves our generators. Place our generators like that. With the wood we need and some sticks. We get ourselves some water mills. I hope I didn't call them windmills. Is that the right way? What else do they need? Oh, whoops. Like that. Get ourselves 4 water mills. Awesome. So now what we need is, you can see we've got water mills. If we go downstairs, after I kind of clean up my inventory and think about what I got to do, let me just actually master this build real quick, guys, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back, and you can see here I'm outside where the solar panel is. And we know where the MFE is, it's right there. The problem I'm having, or at least thinking of anyway, is a way to kind of get power up there. I could build another room off there, but I mean, we're kind of getting ridiculous with the amount of rooms we have. So what I think we're going to do is just build it on the ground down here. What am I doing? So just grab it, clear this area. We don't want any of these flowers anyway. Alright. So you can see I've kind of opened up a hole in this wall here, and you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, I know what Jovinator's doing. And good for you, because I kind of hoped you would. We're going to actually apply some power here. So we're going to build this room out a little bit more, or at least I am off camera, and that's where the new power room is going to go. Or new section of the power room, sorry. So I'll be back, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. The room downstairs is finished, as you probably know, or would assume. And before we get any further, I need to make one more item, and it's a mod item, and it's called brass. It's another ingot from Red Power. You can see it is made by putting copper and tin in an alloy furnace. So we're going to do that real quick. Grab our tin, copper here, with our tin, and you can see it works pretty quickly here. It drains out the battery supply. Get ourselves some brass. Need a little bit more glass, I think. I'll show you guys why in just a sec. Now that we got our brass, you can see if we use this brass, we can make different types of items with it, right? One of the ones we're actually going to focus on is these pneumatic tubes. We need pneumatic tubes for the system we're going to make, which is just some brass and some glass, which is awesome to say. So take our brass, take our glass, maybe a few more. Awesome. And now we're going to get on to making the next part of the system. To use these water mills, we actually need some special cables. Now, because water mills only output 1 EU per tick, and you'll remember ticks from before, we can actually use a really low current cable, actually called ultra low current cable. Just like this. Awesome. We're going to use that downstairs. I'll show you what that does. And we're also going to make a whole bunch of items while we're here. The first step is the deployer. Oh. And it is right here. The deployer is a chest, piston, redstone, and some cobble. So put our piston with our redstone and our chest, and then a bunch of cobble around it. Gets ourselves the deployer. We're also going to make a filter, 2 of them actually. Take some cobblestone and gold and pistons and these red doped wafers, which are just the same as blue doped but with redstone. We're going to need filters, and by the way, these machines that I'm making right now are Red Power, so we're going to make one of those, just like this. Get ourselves some filters, and we're also going to make a retriever, which takes leather, some of that brass I made, a bunch of ender pearls, which is pretty expensive, iron ingots, and a blue alloy ingot. So let's go grab the blue alloy real quick. Okay, so iron, blue alloy, filter, pearls, and was it brass up here with some redstone? No, what was it? Leather. Ah, and we got ourselves the retriever. Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to run downstairs, grab a whole bunch of buckets here. Remember those buckets I made? You remember why I made them? I made them prior to this, hoping this mod would be updated in time. And we're going to start placing these items down. Clear up my inventory kind of quickly here. Get ourselves the deployer. And dig up the earth right here. So, you can see I've placed torches to kind of plan out where this is all going to go. I'm going to place it like that. Oh. We need a screwdriver real quick. Screwdriver is another mod item from Red Power. And that is made with a stick and a piece of iron, I believe anyway. Just like this. Screwdriver. Awesome. Screwdriver works much like a wrench, which is hilarious. And when you right click on the Red Power items, it moves them and it rotates them and whatnot, and that's the direction we want it to face. So you can see if I right click on this deployer, and a deployer does exactly as it sounds, it deploys items, it'll deploy whatever I want it to kind of take out. So we're going to grab these buckets here. Bloop. We're going to open that up. And that will deploy that item when I say to. So we're going to fill all these buckets up real quick. using our infinite water source that I just broke. Fail. So grab these, 2, 3, place them all in here, like that. Maybe leave one out for a sec. Now we need to place our filter at the back here. The filter is going to filter out which items it can pull out or not. Just like this. Grab our filter, bloop, and rotate that until we see it in the same direction. You can see it's kind of the right way. Filter has an inventory as well. We're going to place the filter here, which is going to pull out only water buckets. So only if a water bucket is in here will it be pulled out, which is exactly what we want. We're going to dig this up as well, just like so. We're going to place some of these pneumatic tubes down, just like that. Okay, and we're going to dig this up here and this one. And you'll see why in just a second, guys. So now that we've got this setup kind of going almost to the finish point, we're going to place our water mills right on top here. And you're going to say, well, Joe Finner, don't water mills have to be kind of surrounded by water to work? And you know what, they kind of do. But you'll notice here, this shape here kind of looks like a bucket, doesn't it? And that's because, well, you might have assumed water mills, like if I take this, and I place my bucket in here, we'll fill this up with just a tiny bit, so it can hold 4 buckets worth of water. And each bucket of water will output 1,000 EU. So this water mill will last a very, very, very long time. So what this system is going to do is it's going to fill this deployer up with water buckets. So the deployer says, hey, I've got an empty bucket, take me the water. Bloop, puts it in here. The filter then says, hey, give me that. And it goes bloop, grabs the water bucket. And the filter then pumps it out these pipes and pushes it into the bottom slot of these water mills. And then out the top slot, what we're going to do is we're going to run our ultra low voltage cable, just like this, up this little thing I made here, and attach it like this. Bam. Okay, so now what we need to do is have some sort of system to pull the empty buckets back out. So we're going to need to place our retriever somewhere here, right here. Where's our retriever? Bam. And then we just right click it until it's facing that way. Now you're going to notice a problem here. These two don't really have kind of a power slot, but the retriever requires a little bit of power. So what we might do is run the power cable all the way down here, or build another one. But I'll be right back because I've got to go check something. Okay guys, I'm back. I've just come back from being upstairs and making a bat box and a solar panel. You can see here they're kind of charging up, but that doesn't make any sense. Solar panels can't charge when they're under blocks. Well, it's actually a manipulation of one of the kind of red power mechanics that you'll see here. So if we go stand on top of this solar panel, and we look straight up, you can see I can kind of dig through this block. And you'll say, wait a minute, you just dug through that block. How come there's a block there? Well, if I dig through it again, you'll notice that they're actually covers. So the way covers work is they're actually kind of this transparent block, kind of like glass, okay? So if you place glass down, you can have solar panels under them. So, much like glass, if I place a cover here, it will work this much the same as glass. And you can see if I go over to my bat box here, you can see it's charging itself up quite fine. And that's awesome. So now there's only one other problem that we're going to have here. And that's that there's no way to get these things to kind of just pipe themselves. Like they won't just go click, 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 click and pull things out. You know, you have to actually set it up. So the only way for us to do that is to unfortunately make a timer. So to make a timer, let's type it in here. We need all these new kind of things, and I believe this is also red power as well. Red power timers require wafers and stone wires and pointers and cathodes and all these weird things. But it all starts off basically as these stone wafers, and that's just melting smooth stone in a furnace. So I'll go upstairs and I'll do that right now, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to build it. Okay guys, we're back here, and you can see I've got the timer up, and we got all these kind of wafers and stone and whatnot. So we're going to start building this timer here, and the timer, ooh, creepy sounds, requires some wafers, wires, pointers, cathodes, and anodes. So first we're going to make these wires, because there's 3. And these wires are made with redstone and stone wafers. So make 3 of those, quite simple, just like that. So put these 2 away. Just like that. And we also need these anodes, which is pretty much the same thing. just like that. And we also need a cathode, which is pretty simple. And don't ask me what these actually are in real life, because I have no idea. I'm just making an item here. And we also need a stone pointer. So wafer, torch, and just like that. Now if we combine them all, like this, we get ourselves a timer. The neat thing about the timer is if you combine it with some red alloy wire, I'll place it in the world here for you guys. So you see when I place a timer, it kind of turns around, bloop, pounds the red power signal, bloop. So if I place some wire, you'll see it goes, kind of makes its own kind of wiring signal. And I can actually turn this thing off if I grab myself a lever. Oh. Just like so. Say I don't want it to time anymore. Bloop, it'll stop the timer, so I can turn it back on. I need more power, turns it off. Awesome. So I'm going to take this timer downstairs, and it's going to be my power source for our retriever and whatnot. So let's go down there and see what's going on. So we'll place our timer, say, here. Can I go on top of these? No? Huh. Maybe like right here, how about? Then we'll place our stone wires like this. How's that look? Does that power them? Oh yeah. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? So it's starting to fill up the watermill system. Look at that, guys. Oh yeah. And you can actually watch. Look at those buckets flow around. Isn't that amazing? So you can see the deployer grabs the buckets with our empty buckets that it gets filled up with. So we place an empty bucket in there, the deployer grabs it, puts it in the filter. The filter's like, hey, that's a water bucket, and it's filled with water. Let's go put it in a watermill. Then this retriever's like, hey, I'm kind of hungry for some empty buckets. Let me take those empty buckets from you. And it grabs them out of these bottom. You'll see when it empties the bucket here. Is there one here that can be emptied? Oh, there it goes. And it goes, yum, 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 yum. And then it spits out the empty bucket over to this deployer. So we've actually made a self-sufficient system here. And the battery box is being powered by the solar panel, which just powers this retriever, which is pretty simple. It's pretty full. And then these watermills go upstairs through this cable and power the MFE. But it's already full, so it doesn't matter. So let's go make a full ultimate test and take some power out and see if those things are working. So let's grab our batteries, or if we have any batteries. Do we have any? Maybe we can make a few or something. Oh, there they are. 4 batteries. So it's nighttime, so we know that the solar panel won't do anything. So we'll grab a few of these batteries and empty them out. We'll put it all back, don't worry. Oh, looks like it's still powering up. The solar panel isn't doing anything. I don't have a generator. That must mean something's going on down there. It works pretty quick too, look at it. Just completely empty it right now. Well, I mean, we'll never get this empty, but 10,000, 10,000. Let's go downstairs while that's working. So we know that that's kind of working, but what's going on down here? What about the watermill system? Won't it kind of overload itself, Jory? Well, no, because the watermills are automatically filling, and they're automatically piping the power right back upstairs. So you can see it kind of drains the water a little bit, and once they get down one bucket full, we'll try and see if we can capture it here. It fills back up, drains the bucket, and this thing gets pulled out by the retriever. This is pretty much the most awesome system, and this can be as big as you want it. But the thing you want to try to avoid, guys, if you're going to make a system like this, is to fill up the deployer. You always want one empty slot, so maybe put, say, 8 buckets. No more than that, though, because any more than 8, it kind of clogs the system, and if there's a backlog in power, so if this thing's full and there's nothing going on upstairs, it'll fill all the slots, and then it won't be able to deploy anything. So it's something to avoid. So maybe 8 watermills is probably the max for one system setup, unless you wanted to do like a double deployer kind of thing. So this is a very efficient setup. And with that, guys, I think we're going to call this the cutoff point. We've made a lot of progress in one episode. I thought this was going to take a whole bunch of them, but again, I was wrong. So thanks for checking it out. Like, comment, or subscribe. Do whatever you got to do. Tell your friends about me if you can, guys. I'm kind of getting up there, and I'm kind of enjoying this a lot more now. So maybe a lot of more people will like me. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. It's kind of awkward. This has been Joe Finator, FTB episode 23. As always, guys, enjoy.